Okay, audio on, everything's all good. So we are back on a Tuesday night with Vivid Chats. This is episode 4 now, and today we have an amazing guest who has so many titles behind her. Like my favorite being the Queensland Queen, personal one that's been kind of out of there, but Hot Import Night runner-up for 2018, Miss Scuba Australia for 2018. This girl is an amazing influencer in the car scene and an awesome friend of Vivid and myself. Welcome to the chat and Vivid Chats, Zofia. So, dude. So this is not going to be anything new for you, Miss. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit of a different. I like how like you're no different. This is a common thing for you. It's just streaming, and you have the ability to go outside. Like that just says a lot. Like here we are. We're like, you know what, we should go for this streaming thing because we're all locked in, and we want to make sure that we unite, the community, and we really get the word out and this and that. And then Zoe's just like, all right, guys, another opportunity to stay in and stream. Let's do it. Must be nice.
Can I help you?
Oh, sorry, and guest star to Zofia, we have Aries tonight joining us as well. Like, fire away any questions for Aries, guys? Anyone in the chat?
Questions? Benny? No. Yeah, good boy! He hates doing that because the chair moves.
Steve's just saying he can't hear me, Josh, or Zofia well.
Okay.
Is there a different mic for Curtis then?
I don't know, maybe the under the desk mic, who knows?
Let's see what we can do.
Also, may or may not still have a McFlurry to eat.
That's sick.
I'm really outing myself here. Yeah, we're really out here just...
Tell us what you ordered, Zofia. Tell us what you ordered.
So, because I had a bit of a cruddy lunch today, I only got a small 6-no meal with sweet and sour sauce. And extra sweet and sour sauce because I always get an extra one to put in my pantry. Because I like to stuff up on them and use them for things that aren't McDonald's. And then McFlurry. Bacon relay. Anyone else do that with sauces?
A sauce hoarder?
Yeah. No? If I get like KFC chips though, I'm gonna need like McDonald's sweet and sour sauce then.
Well, I've never had that. I've never had KFC chip with my... Okay, I've got to try it.
It is like the best because KFC chips are by far.
I'm putting it in. It's in the list.
Add it to the bucket list,
To
mate.
try. Yeah, it's on there. And I'll just record myself doing the reaction video, kind of like
Please
your
do.
look in Pepsi.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I believe your facial, same facial I had, same facial Curtis had. Josh came up with this concoction of milk with Pepsi.
That's not a concoction.
Blown away.
That's not the
Curtis, back me up. Curtis, back me up.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna lie.
For the
Give
first 2 sips.
it a go, and it was pretty good. Can we just get a confirmation before we go any further that we can hear all audios?
I'm feeling extremely uncomfortable. Thinking about milk and Pepsi together.
It's me. Like, are you
Surprised?
Doesn't feel good.
Alright,
Feels
there we
bad,
go.
mate.
That's you working now.
Dutton, give us a yay or an A, mate. We know you're watching.
Hopefully one of the 16 people can confirm our audio.
Come on,
We'll
chat,
just
you have
gotta
one
wait
job.
the 12 seconds for the stream to come up.
Yep, okay, Steve says we're working.
Alright, fantastic. So
You're
what you
way
guys just
louder,
missed-
Curtis.
What you guys just missed was... I'm way louder.
That's just Curtis has got better equipment than us guys. It's
Yeah, I
sad.
think so.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's probably it.
Yeah, it's
Okay. All right, we're better. You're better. All good.
Alright. Am I still too loud?
We should be okay.
Let's just go. Yeah.
Go.
Let's go.
Alright.
Lightweight.
So is that an M&M
baby.
McFlurry or?
M&M with Oreo.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
So for anyone that missed it, when the audio wasn't working, we're talking about the concoction of Pepsi and milk, and considering like you know what? Have you got Pepsi
She
right
was just
now?
spat
No,
out her
do you
son.
have Pepsi in the fridge?
Sorry.
I do not. I'm not a Pepsi person. I'm a Coke person. But I'm
Will
not
Coke
mixing
work?
Coke with milk. No. It's not happening.
I made Mo do it first, and then out of the blue, Curtis just found a Pepsi in his fridge and milk in his fridge.
I'm not okay with this at all. I don't consent to this. Sorry.
It's like it's like a spider.
It's like
No, it's not.
it's
First
like-
3 sips is like
It's
a
good.
spider.
Yeah.
Epic.
so
After that, just
Yeah.
stop
No.
the conversation.
No.
Stop.
what
That's a
happens
spider after
is
it's
it
been
just-
sitting down on your table for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Okay. All right. Yeah. True.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no,
Shame on
you
you.
can't compare it to a
Disgusting.
spider. It's like milky Pepsi that's flat, but like I don't know, it just really you got to try it. So anyone at home
Let's
that's got
never do
Pepsi
that
in them
again.
right now, add. I think you have to start with the ice, and then you have to add.
Half and half, yeah.
Was it half and half?
Half and half.
Close to it.
Well, I thought it was one part Pepsi. Sorry, 1 part milk, 2 parts Pepsi.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
I
not
must have
okay with
got it
this
wrong.
ratio. That's a bad ratio.
Do it at home and tell us in the comments. Do it at home and tell us in the comments.
Oh gosh.
In spiders, ice creams also have a lot of sugar. Milk is like not sweet. Just
Yeah, but
Yeah,
chuck
that's
a-
true.
That's where you
some
get
old
vanilla
milk.
Pepsi into the situation. Or
Yeah.
mango
See, you
Just
had
getting-
vanilla Pepsi. I had Pavo Pepsi.
Yeah, or mango Pepsi.
Or
Mango
normal Pepsi. Actually, mango Pepsi's the shit.
It is really, it doesn't sound appealing at all. Blaze just said that it does not sound appealing. It really doesn't until you try it. In fact, don't even look at it, because when you first do it, it looks rank. Like
Yeah. It looks like a brain in a glass.
Give 3 sips
not
to
good.
it, and then just chug it out. Like just 3
You've seen a
sips,
brain in a glass, mate?
and
Yeah.
you're done.
Science works.
Hey, it's nice work. Yes.
What
That was
have
a
you
shit.
have you had any weird concoctions before, apart from like Pepsi milk? Like
Look, I've been outed on stream for drinking pickle juice out of the jar, but
Hey,
I don't usually
that's
mix
normal.
things.
pickle juice out of the jar.
Yeah. It's good.
Pickle juice.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Like we found the brand as well. It's at 3 something. 3? Wasn't it 3?
Yeah.
There's a
I was
brand of,
talking about
like-
it yesterday.
Yeah,
Nah.
like pickles.
No,
They're like really
I
nice
can't- I'll
sweet
take
pickles.
the milked Pepsi any day.
No,
I
no.
just-
Pickle juice all day, every day.
Actually, you know what I found out? Like, because I also didn't really realize that some people don't like vinegar. Didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
Sorry about that to everyone that I've just assumed loves
Nice.
vinegar. Turns
Free
out that's
assumption.
apparently like some sort of deficiency. I was like, great.
Huh.
Excuse you. Do you like vinegar?
It's like coriander. Like half of the world's
Love
population loves coriander, and then the rest, it tastes like soap. Like
Spicy
No.
leaves.
Okay. Hold on a second. Coriander, and obviously if you're Indian, you're raised on it.
yeah,
All curries have coriander.
it's unfortunate.
You don't have a choice.
Coriander.
Coriander.
Good one, Mark. Good one.
Well done.
I'll just see myself out now.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Fab.
So, all right, let's tell us. Bringing it back to Vivid Chats, tell us
Jeez.
how you got into the car scene. What brought you into it? Where the passion is? What
Okay.
is it for you? Tell us this. Tell us the origin story of.
What's your
Sit-
weapon of choice?
Sit down, children, while I tell you my life story. No. So I have an older brother. He's like 9 years older than me, and his first ever car was an automatic R34 Skyline sedan.
Oh, 4-door?
Yeah, it was a
Four-door.
sedan.
The sedan,
Um,
though. Usually what it means.
Auto,
Yeah, sorry.
NA.
I had
That's all right,
my
Mo.
hearing had
So
a
we
stroke.
can
I'm
educate
just
your
gonna...
class, Mo. It's okay.
Yeah. Yes, the sedan with the 4 doors, as opposed to the sedan with the 2 doors.
Yeah.
And I remember he went away for his honeymoon for a week,
Yep.
and he let me drive it.
So I got to drive it to work for a week, and I was like, I need one of these. That's it. And that basically got me into cars. I got to drive his car for a week, and I was like, I need this in my life. It was an absolute bucket. Like, don't get me wrong, it was trash, but like I've just always loved Skylines since. Never owned one, unfortunately. And then when I moved to Queensland for uni, I kind of started getting more into cars. I watched a lot of Mighty Car Mods.
Yay!
Cool show.
Because I wasn't exactly in a fun situation where I could go and make friends in the car scene. Because TMI, a little bit of a toxic relationship going on at the time. So I wasn't actually allowed to make friends in the car scene. So I kind of substituted watching Mighty Car Mods on YouTube with that. And then like kind of teaching myself about stuff and joining forums and joining car groups. And then I kicked that dead weight out of my life. And then I just like straight into cars. And car people. I used to drive up Springbrook, which you guys wouldn't know, but I used to live in, like, down by the Gold Coast, and I drove up Springbrook, like, 3 times a week for, like, a solid year. Just, like, got all of my, like, I want to be in a car and do nothing else out for, like, a whole year.
Any excuse to be on the road.
Yeah. Any excuse to be on that mountain in particular. That mountain is the best.
Okay.
And like all the way down to like New South Wales, like Murbar, amazing roads, such good roads. Aries is being very needy, I'm sorry, because I have been out all day. And he didn't get to see his mum. And then I made some friends down in like northern New South Wales, and we were like, why don't we just start organising some car meets? Like we'll just be like, you know, who wants to come hang out here? And it kind of became like semi-decently big. Not that anyone will remember it now, but we had a little group called Prepless Crew, because I never washed my car, so I never prepped for anything. I also had a Fiesta Turbo at the time, so
Whoa!
that's not exactly wash-worthy if you're going to a car meet. And then that kind of like fizzled out, and I found James off Tinder, but he had a very nice BMW. So he caught me with the M3.
Swipe right for the M3. Just realised I was a person.
He drove past in that at a Cars and Coffee one day, and I was like, oh, that'd be a nice BMW.
James, don't worry about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just saw the shoulders.
Saw this. The first thing I ever said to him in person as well was, fuck, you're tall.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
And like, of course, everyone says that to him, and I felt like such an
Literally, I
idiot
said
after.
that to him.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says that to him. I was like, fuck, you're tall. And I was like,
Yeah.
I could have come up with something better. Surely. And then he kind of... I had a bit of confidence issues in the past. I've always had self-confidence issues in the past. And I befriended someone very important to me in my life called Joash. And he was helping run Downshift a couple of years back till pretty recently.
For a lot of people that don't know, Downshift, mainly like very active in Queensland.
Every month we had
yeah.
a really big meet at like a big sports ground every single month.
Yeah. So essentially events, I don't know if they run any club stuff, I'm not too familiar on that end.
Sort of, they do like circuit and
events.
coffee track days and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the Downshift was the first ever really big car meet that I ever went to. So it like always held like a little special place in my heart. And he was like, oh, well, we're short on girls. You should model today. And I was like, I don't know about that. And I think he filled that spot, but he was asking me for a while. He was like, hey, you ready to promo at the next one? And I was like, no. What the hell would I promo?
What do I do?
Yeah, I was like, I get to stand next to all these like beautiful women. What the hell am I gonna do? I'm just gonna be like, and he eventually bullied me into doing it by saying that he didn't have a replacement for anyone and that I had to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So he really kicked my butt to try and get out. And it was really fun. And I mean, most of the girls I got on with really well. Just being in like, it is quite a catty industry a lot of the time, so kind of hit and
As
miss
to be
with some
expected.
events. Yeah. it is what it is. Girls are
Everything
catty.
has its side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not to say that girls are the only one that's catty, because boys in the car scene as well. Not go into that.
Mate, I didn't even do anything. I'm just sitting here listening. What the hell?
At Mo. At Mo.
Don't at me.
At Mo.
At 4 doors.
Oh, man.
And yeah, and it kind of just went from there. I started getting like some regular downshift, like meets, doing promo, doing photos and stuff, just working at like the table, selling merch, selling food.
Yep.
And I met a lot of people that way. I met Catherine. I met Kat, who are like my best friends now.
Catherine's just joined the chat, actually. She's
Catherine, hello. Yeah, Catherine. Good lord, Catherine's helped me out more times than I can count. She's a real OG with promo stuff, and it was like super crazy to work with her. I remember the first couple of times working with her, people were like coming up to me, they're like, "Oh, like you're working with Catherine, like you're like working with Catherine Larue," and I was like, "I know, it's fucking crazy." Yeah, no, it was insane. It really was. And then, yeah, I don't know. I got ins with World Time Attack, which was freaking amazing. The first World Time Attack that I ever did was with Downshift, actually.
Yes.
Which was 2018.
Yep.
Waffles has joined the chat. That is my ice cream. Surrounded by animals here. Welcome to my kingdom. And then, yeah, I kind of just decided... I know Catherine competed at Miss Hin, and I was like, this is like the pinnacle of like automotive import model like competitions. I was like, I need to do this one day. So I decided to do it.
That one day was a couple of months after your first World Time Attack appearance.
Yes, which was insane. 2018 for me was massive.
Massive.
Yeah, huge. I met a lot of incredible people. Yeah, I met Curtis for the first time at that 2018 World Time Attack. In which he basically messaged me. He's like, "I'm going to be a photographer for the week, and we're going to have a great time." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
And we've been best friends ever since.
Yes.
So that's been great.
Literally, like, I picked you up, and then I was just like, alright, so I'm Curtis, and we're best friends. Whether you like it or not, it's who we are.
He was telling the story at that point in time. He was narrating in the background.
It's just one of those things, I don't know, we just clicked. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. We've been best friends ever since.
The weekend was just like, I don't know, like, you know when a lot of people say, like, when you work by yourself, you can work fast. When you work together, you know, you go far. Well, that weekend went really fast, but Jesus, like, did we kind of really make an impact that weekend for just so much of our involvement in the car scene. So it was just one of those things, and I think, like, the collaborative measure of that was just so much. Like, it just can't even explain.
Was it a shocking weekend, Curtis?
Not as shocking as Hot Import Nights on the way up and getting electrocuted.
Hey, we love that.
If you don't know the story, check out our last live stream for that one. But no, like, honestly, it was a big shock. I still remember, like, just sitting in the Airbnb that night as the last night to World Time Attack, and just, like, so much emotions come to me, and I was just like sitting there almost like crying, and I just like, my phone is over. I'm like, it's gonna be over soon. Like, it was the first time we met each other. It was 4 days together or so, and it was just one of those things that, like, I was like, you're going back to Brisbane.
Yeah.
Wait, and I think I actually said it to you. I was like, look, if I message enough people, I don't think I need to go back to Victoria. I was like...
Yeah, I know, and you were like, hey, I could come up to Brisbane. I'm like, Curtis, you need to stop. Like, you need to go home. You need to rest for a little bit. You just need to recoup for a little bit. I think you need some sleep.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to come up to Brisbane. Look, I'm going to book flights.
The
I'm like,
weekend.
chill.
It was so insane. We didn't sleep the entire weekend. It was just like, we met so many people, and actually
Crazy,
also,
man.
that was the weekend we also met 2J Josh.
Yeah, that was my first time meeting Josh in person.
Yep.
First time ever shooting with him in person. Yeah.
And so many friendships were like made that weekend. It was like one of the first, like, probably your big event internationally, interstate, and then mine interstate as well. It was just one of those, like, and then if there's any, like, anything that comes from it, I 100% say, like, go to these events because you find people that just change your life. Like if you think maybe the car and scene in your suburb is like not great, don't write off the car scene. Like there is
Meet some
people
friends
out
on
there.
Instagram, meet up with them
Yes.
at the next event. It's a great time.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't say that I go to World Time Attack for the event itself. I don't think I've ever even watched a car go past at any World Time Attack that I've been to. I just go there to spend time with friends from interstate. It
100%.
is one of the best opportunities for that.
It's an awesome central location.
It is. It really brings a lot. And
Shout
it's
out
not
to
just
World
the
Time
event.
Attack. Well, hopefully we'll see it next year coming back.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed, so we
Hopefully
get to see
2021.
everyone.
Come on, Ian, you can do it. You can do it, Ian.
That's if we're allowed past 5Ks from our house. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
look, I mean, I'll probably be able to go down. Don't know
You'll probably be able to go. It'll be
Yeah.
World Time Attack, less Victoria.
Well, but in brackets, Vic and New South Wales and
And
SA and NT.
you'll probably find it doesn't rain once that weekend. Like you'll probably find
Yeah,
it
it'll
the
be an
best
epic
weather
weekend.
as well. Like
Just when you guys miss out.
We
Is
have
it
a
always
question
frickin-
from Kat.
Yes.
Catherine.
Yes, Catherine.
What is the biggest obstacle you face now as a model?
Jeez, wondering if events are even going to come back. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like even before Corona, especially, like, I competed at the end of 2018 at Hot Import Nights. And I feel like in 2018, I did so much, and I was just looking for events, and events were finding me, and I was putting myself out there, I was networking, I was doing everything I could to, like, get events. And then I feel like in 2019, events just kind of, like, dropped off. Like, people didn't want girls at events anymore. I don't know if, like, people were becoming, like, more PC, or, like, as soon as F1 Grid Girls, like, got kicked off, I feel like a lot of people just kind of, like, don't need girls. Like, even though it's kind of, like, weirdly integral to, like, old school car events, you'd always have the pretty girls handing out flyers, because it's a male-dominated industry. Like, it just works.
I think it comes down to a lot of like accessibility. Like if you think about it, like you look at us right now, right? The whole idea of this, like the event, was to get really quite the pretty girls that were really sought after and like a lot of attention as such. And for the events that you were catering for, all the people there had access to you through Instagram directly. Like the events catered for the access. You look at the grid girls, access, and if you look at the old school stuff, a lot of that demographic doesn't have what we're using right now, so they don't have access to you. So having them at the events was such a way to get people, and the marketing ploy of it all. Like the events provided access to get to know the girls. You know, come meet our grid girls, come and meet our promo girls. Like,
Yeah.
why do I need to go to a downshift event to go on Skype and Zoom chat, whatever it may be? Like, there's so much access. And I think that I feel like that impacted the value, I guess, of promo girls and a lot of such.
I think so. I can definitely see that happening. I think, and like, I'm not adding anyone. I know me and Catherine have had chats about this, but we've had a couple of people that will turn up to promo events. Like, they'll literally be wearing some eyeliner, and they haven't even done their hair. Like, a lot of people don't seem to take a lot of pride in the import model promo girl kind of thing anymore. I feel like it's become very casual. I can't even explain how many hours I spend prepping, even days before it, like having to scrub myself down for a tan, then, you know, fucking Christ, I can't tell you how annoying and expensive proper tans are.
Hair extensions.
For events, hair extensions, this bitch be fake. I could never grow this hair. Instagram is a facade. It always has been. And I feel like, Curtis, how are you saying that there's so much more accessibility, but all the accessibility is to, like, fake shit. Like, you're not really...
like
I don't know.
everyone looks better on Instagram than what, like, even when you do get access, even if, like, that be the case.
Hey, speak for yourself, Curtis. Don't speak on me like that.
Sorry. Not towards you, Josh.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's why I invest in all this setup. Like, I can't look good, so hopefully my setup does, you know?
It is a...
Are you kidding me?
good setup.
That
Clarity-
mood light
clarity
is
of his
everything.
face.
That mood light is everything right
The
there.
bokeh, the layers.
Yes. The layers.
I've got a Captain America
Cinematography.
poster.
If I get closer, it gets even, like, more bokeh to it. I'm not actually doing live.
No,
chats.
go back, Curtis. Go back.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Oh, guys, we just dropped 20 viewers. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so I don't know if, like, I don't know if people really properly take pride, because there is kind of rules. There used to be. It's almost like the fashion industry, where it's like it's not super exclusive, but like there was an exclusivity to it that you're literally there for your appearance. You can be smart, you can do everything else in your other life, but you're there to look good for a brand. So you'd put a lot of effort into looking good for the brand to earn your money that way, which again, nothing wrong with that. It's a job, you get paid for it. But there was definitely sometimes where I'll rock up to a gig and even like the directors will be like, oh, well, this person looked really good on Instagram, but they've come here and they haven't even done their hair, you know?
Yeah. Do you reckon it was the lack of, maybe not the lack of effort from, well, I'd say it's both, but I reckon it's a big part of the requirements and the foundations, expectations laid down by the hiring company. Like, it's...
The heck are you guys giggling about?
I'm just laughing at Steve.
Steve just commented, Josh, Insta isn't doing you any favors, buddy.
Don't worry, I'll start my OnlyFans, Steve. You better be signing up.
Oi, discounted feed pics. Let's get that cash, brother. Not Josh. James always comes into my streams and asks if anyone wants feet pics from him. It's his way of interacting with my Twitch. Comes in and asks if anyone wants feet pics.
And you reckon the whole, like, automotive, I guess, structures change? Like, remember auto salon back in the day, where people will throw, like, $100,000 at a paint job, and, you know, we're now, you know, it's obviously changed, the dynamics have changed quite a bit, where people still do that, but less people will do it. Do you know what I mean? At, like, car shows and events and things like that.
Well, that's because rap has come such a long way as well, or you know, the sparkly paint thing that people do. I mean, obviously it's not going to be as good as paint, but when you look at how much people used to spend and how much they spend now is a big difference as well, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, everything, like, they do full audio setups and they'd have downlights in their car and everything like that, where it's changed quite a bit.
Well, it has changed quite a bit, but it's kind of like slowly a little bit creeping back in with like neons and having like the star roofing and stuff.
Look where the audience sits though, like who's bringing it back? Like, look at the age, the demographic. I feel like we have such so much access is to rap, you know, wrap your car, color change. Access is massive now, cheap. It's like you can do it at home from a YouTube video. You know, there is people out there
Don't do that. Also, pay someone who's good at it, because you'll waste all of your money.
And
you'll
it's
waste
one of those
every
things
cent
that
you put into it.
so many people who are younger have access to doing so much now, but at such less budgets. Like, the economy has driven itself to apply it as, hey, let's get, even tuning, for instance, hey, let's get a heap of young people who can pay little to pay our bills, rather than let's aim ourselves at the few out there that are going to spend massive to pay our bills. Like, it's one of those things that I think the market's very much so changed, and so has the audience to be such a younger, demographic that's entering this, and so the quality kind of represents in the price that's invested. But yeah, like back in the day, the builds like trunks with downlights and like switchboards and like
mirrors under the whole car. And
it's mirrors.
That's what I love about Hot Import Nights, because it has those kinds of cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you don't really get that at World Time Attack, like the parking.
Not anymore.
Hard parks at World Time Attack. It's not the same. But Hot Import Nights really does bring that kind of old car scene feel back to it, especially being completely indoors. Fantastic. But I guess like trends change with everything. Like, trends change in clothing, trends change with hairstyles. I think just trends and what people are after in cars changes as well.
What did you reckon that? What's your advice for adapting to it? Like, do you think you should adapt? Do you rebel? Are you like one of the, like, where do you sit in all of this?
I think if you're looking to get attention from having a car, I think you're in it for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
I think if you're passionate about something and you want to follow the trends because you like them, go ahead, follow the trends. If you don't like the trends, do whatever you want. fuck what anyone else says. And like everyone says that, you know, every single person in the world is like, oh, just do whatever you want, blah blah blah, and then they go on Facebook and they're like, oh, this car's fucking shit. Like everyone's always, no one's ever gonna like your car, and no one's ever gonna let you enjoy it if you don't enjoy it yourself and just piss them off.
I
Like,
can't
just
wait to
enjoy
see
it.
like how many people are gonna watch this and just be like, "Oh, just don't attack me like that."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
don't at
fucking
me.
see you all. I see you all. It's everyone does it though. Like I'll look at a car and for some reason out loud I'll be like, oh, that kind of looks like shit. Like I didn't need to say that. It just came out, and people can't.
But everyone's gonna have an opinion on everything, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. That's
It's the
world.
same in every single scene. It's just, it seems very prevalently negative when it comes to cars. Not really sure why. I think there's just a lot of ego getting around. It's very competitive, especially now with social media. Everything is
100%.
like so much more competitive. And I think people just kind of buy into that too much and they get a bit lost in it. And it's like, do it for the clout, ooh, you know. Clout's become a very prevalent word in the scene as well, which
I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's
definitely has.
way more popular of a word and definition in Queensland. I can guarantee it. Over the last 2 years, clout was something that I feel like got engineered in Queensland and then come down slowly through New South Wales, and then like when
Probably.
everyone got together, now everyone's like, all right, cool. From Victoria, we're like, all right, clout, yeah, definitely don't get into that. Like, but,
Now
like,
this stream's just gonna spike the word, and everyone's gonna be using it in Melbourne.
yeah, yes, but
It's
like
already being used, Josh.
don't use the word clout, it's dumb.
it's
If you're doing it for attention, you're doing it for attention. It'll be obvious to everyone. Just do whatever you want. Screw them. Do
Yeah.
what you want.
stuff everyone else and eat your McFlurry. That's
Eat your
Both
fucking
is-
McFlurry on stream like an absolute pig. And don't give a shit about what anyone says about it.
Do what you want to do.
Tonight we're talking with Zofia, Queensland Queen Beauty, absolute influencer, always looking stunning, filling her face all the McFlurry.
Yes.
Intro,
Avid
guys.
McDonald's eater.
Fuck yeah.
Tell us more about these streams. What other streams are you doing, Zo?
I stream games on Twitch. Which is something that I've always wanted to do. Before I was into cars, I was very into gaming.
Yes.
Got my first ever laptop, which was the top of the line HP at the time. In I think 2009 or 2010, it was like $1,700. I saved up for half of it and my parents paid the other half until I could pay it off. Because that's how my parents taught me how to manage my money. And I just used to play Killing Floor 24/7 basically. Soz about it. I don't know if anyone else remembers that game. But it was lit.
What do you mean used to? It was only like a couple of months ago that you were running Killing Floor streams.
Hey now, don't at me like this. I brought it back. I brought it back. Yeah, I brought it back. It's a
Killing
bit of a
Floor's like
time
the
bomb.
neons of games. Like,
Hey, but even gaming, like, it's such a social thing, isn't it? Like, you know, you get on there, I bet you've met a lot of people on there, and it's
Oh, heaps.
converse, and
Amazing.
yeah, it's a social event as well. Not a,
Yeah, I stream kind of whatever I feel like. I didn't.
Josh has
not
just asked
really.
what games, so we've got Josh Dunn in the comments. He's just said what games do you
Hey.
stream?
At the moment, I play Sea of Thieves and Diablo once a week, although Diablo might change. Because
Yeah.
it's kind of getting into the season where we're
Near
like,
the end.
we're 1K plus paragons now, and we're kind of like, we have a team who want to do like 150 Greater Rift like metas, so hopefully we can do that. I'll be a Z-Monk for that. I don't know if I'm going to really stream a lot of that. We'll see. I love Diablo, I do, I really do. And this is only my second season of seasonal playing it. But Sea of Thieves is now every Monday night, because I had it on Wednesdays and they keep having updates.
Updates.
And I'm getting a VR setup soon, so Beat Saber.
Level up.
It's gonna be good. I do that on stream a lot too. That's it.
Love it.
Also, we'll probably be playing Fall Guys sometime in the near future.
Yes.
Don't know if we might be playing that on Wednesday, Mo, if you're free.
Keen.
We'll see.
Like tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night. So I stream Mondays and Wednesday nights.
Yeah, done. I mean,
Yeah, boy.
That's
count me in.
and
was lucky to fit this into a schedule
Yeah,
and
I
this
was about
stream.
to say
Jesus.
Busy
Yeah,
schedule.
that's probably why you guys aren't doing it on a Wednesday night.
I'd love I'm so seeing it now, like COVID drops and then Hot Import Night's just like, hey Zof, can you do like some special guest for this? I don't really fits my stream schedule.
Yeah, sorry, you know, got like a couple of viewers that I just can't let down.
Yeah,
It's
just-
a bit more important. I think I started, I mean, because I obviously always, if you're into gaming, you want to stream. Like, it's just a thing.
When your like little brother or like a sibling comes in and like watches, you're just like, you play 10 times better. You're like, oh my god, I gotta entertain this person. Like,
Yeah, but
Literally,
like, also,
can definitely vouch for that.
yeah.
yes, as
But,
soon
like,
as
you
someone's
just-
watching you, it like
Yeah.
it makes the gaming experience so much
It
more.
pumps
like,
you up,
Yeah,
but it also
It does,
stresses
and-
you out as well.
And
'Cause
it's
you're like,
nice to
this
just,
guy's watching me fuck up.
well, sort of, I mean, if you're Arif, then yes. However, again, you just, like, you don't have to care what anyone says, but
Yeah,
it's, like,
exactly.
cool to have, like, feedback, and you just, like, meet a whole lot of people, and there's, in general, for most games, a lot of games, there's a really good community out there. It's really fun. You're an entertainer, like, you want to entertain people and show other people how much fun you have, especially if you have, like, a massive, great group of mates, like I very thankfully have. And we all just talk a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool. So I finally kicked myself in the butt and told myself I may as well start streaming 7 months ago. So that's been really cool.
But again, that's why this whole Vivid Chats thing that we do is like the conversations we have with people, and you know, it's about communicating with each other and the groups you have around you and being in touch with each other, blah blah blah. So
For sure.
that's why we do it.
Yeah. No, it's been an amazing experience. Again, you kind of go in thinking like, no one's probably really going to watch me. And I've made so many amazing friends in the last 7 months, just through Twitch as well. So it's been really cool.
completely. With going back to like Hot Import Nights, like I know you said like you really wanted to. Tell us about the whole experience though. Like you were up on stage. And even like Miss Scuba International, like the Hot Import Nights came first for yourself, so like that was.
Well, Miss Scuba was first.
Was first, sorry, Miss Scuba was
Yes.
first, so kind of help prep, but like you've
Yeah,
gone
Jesus.
from, hey, can you come along to like Stylized D? We'll get down to New South Wales and like wear
Yeah.
this top to all of a sudden, yeah, here's a massive list of criteria. We want you to be on stage with all these outfits. This is what you're required to do. This is where you like how you have to submit. Da, 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 da. Like I remember, Miss Scuba, you had to have your a routine, a talent routine that you had to
Yes.
perform. And so like,
Which
yeah,
was
tell us the
stressful
whole
in
experience.
itself. Well, I'll start with Miss Scuba. That was, honestly, I kind of almost thought that was a scam when I first heard about it. Sorry, Miss Scuba. So one of my brother lives in Melbourne still, and one of his friend's wife, knew this dude called Jeremy, and Jeremy was looking for a scuba diver who was also had some sort of modeling experience, possibly done some like undergrad work in like marine biology kind of stuff. And she was just like, oh, my partner's my partner's friend's sister did her Bachelor of Science majoring in marine biology, and she scuba dives, and she's a model. And he was like, cool, well, I'll reach out to her, because he was also in Queensland. It was just like completely one of those things where everything just kind of fell into place.
Yep.
But unfortunately, he only found me like 2 months before the actual pageant.
Oh wow.
So for the first month, we were kind of being like, do I do it? Do I not?
my
And
God.
then
Yes.
it was insane. And then for that month before it, I was basically like, I'm going to Malaysia for 2.5 weeks to represent Australia in marine conservation. Like, what the fuck am I doing? This is like an international pageant. Like, what is happening? And then obviously I had to get everything ready. I had to make up a routine. I don't really have many talents. The only talent that I could think of was like to do aerials, and they've never had aerials done there before. So they were like, we don't even know if we can do that because, you need obviously like sturdy rigging points. And they're like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. So they managed to somehow organize that for me. Who knows how? It was the first time that they'd ever had like aerial silks done there. So that was really, really cool. It was really different. That's just like what I was comfortable doing as like a talent. Had to make that routine in a month, which I hadn't done aerials for like 4 or 5 months before that. So had no strength, no anything.
Conditioning.
No conditioning at all. Had to bang out a routine. Had to get like evening gowns. Had to get cocktail dresses. It was a whole thing.
Wow.
And that was
Matching
just
jewelry.
insane. Matching jewelry. I
You
was
had
like,
to learn how to match all the jewelry to the cocktail dresses with the heels
What?
and then...
This was one of those times where I was messaging Curtis like the night before I left, like sending him like outfits. Like, does this work with this? Because obviously I don't freaking know what looks good with what. Because I'm
I still remember
illiterate.
like...
I'm
well,
illiterate
like,
when it comes to clothes.
On Facebook, and we were just like, alright, cool, what shops are in your area? Then I looked at the shops in your area, and then I was like, alright, cool, I'll see what they have, whether they have your size, we'll go check it out. Tomorrow, this is your plan of going to try on all of these dresses. Like,
Yep. Curtis
and then the next
saved
day,
my
I'm at
ass.
work, my phone just bing, 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 bing. And I'm
Who's
just
your
like,
dress manager? Who's your dress manager? Doing well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just got... I remember you were looking for your bikini at the time, and so like I'm at work and my phone's just going off, and then like my boss kind of walked past and he's like, "Well, what's this all about?" Like, you know, and type thing, and I was just like, "Oh, it's just I'm just helping a friend," and he's like, "Oh, okay, what with?" And I was just like, "Oh, just setting
Finding
up
a bikini."
bikini."
Yeah. Sorry about it. Super important work, I promise you.
yeah.
The
Kind of looked
fate
at
of
me, he was just like,
Australia, yeah.
carry on.
Carry on.
Touche.
Yeah, Curtis helped me a lot with outfits and stuff, which was like, we literally got like a 5 or like 7-page booklet with like, these are the specific dresses you need for these events. This is the criteria for the dresses in paragraphs. It was insane. There was a lot of like
I still
rules and
remember
regulations.
sitting there, like we spent probably a whole night. What is cocktail? Like, is
Yeah.
it this or is it this?
Yeah.
And then we're like,
Yeah.
can you send us some references of what cocktail has been in the past? And then we have the definition, all of the cocktail dresses from the makers near you, and then they send something that's not even close. And we're like,
Yeah. Oh, it was frustrating.
It's like-
It was so frustrating. Oh boy. So that was a crazy experience. Standing on stage, I got to meet so many amazing, incredible, strong women in the field. And a field that I kind of thought that I'd never really get back into because it's so freaking depressing. No one really cares about it. And it kind of like lit a fire back up in me of like, some people do actually care about it, and it's really, really nice. And they're all such like empowering, strong women, fighting for like marine conservation. It was insane. I didn't even know people like that still existed. So that was crazy. And we did a whole bunch of like WWF like workshops. We met a lot of like the local people doing like, and seeing how they're making change like on the reefs and stuff in Malaysia. It was so eye-opening. And then to have hot import night straight after that, literally a month after I got back from Malaysia, straight into hot import nights. In which again, Curtis was just like, "It's fine, you're gonna be okay," and I'm just sitting there crying on my bedroom floor with clothes scattered all around me, like, I don't know what I'm wearing. Curtis was just trying to talk me down from just bawling my eyes out, just sitting in the in the corner in a fetal position, like, just freaking out.
we went through like 7 different nail designs. Like that's how really detailed we got on this. Like it was like marble nails on this one, and then like we'll do this. Like marble was always a thing. Like marble.
Marble
nails,
is still a thing.
marble.
You can't tell, but marble is still
like,
a thing.
Zof's identity, like. But no, it like hot import night coming up. That was a stressful time, like for everything. But it was such a good time because I was lucky. I was a part of Full Throttle at the time. We were able to work with Zofia like independently to help, you know, whether it be financial or whatever it may be to support you through the process. But I still remember that hot import night was like such a like I have to drive up is another thing, and then like I have the whole month beforehand, like every night on the phone to yourself, and like it was just, I think it's such an event that like really made so much of an impact for so many people
I definitely
in their
think
own
so.
ways. Like it was just, it's such a
I wish I went.
Bro, you missed out.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
missed out.
Well, hopefully, when we get back to
Can confirm.
normality, we'll have more events, so it'll all happen, and we can go around Australia.
Fingers
Yeah,
crossed.
boy. Come up to
Or
Brisbane.
they'll just close the border for Victoria. Everyone else can do what they want, and we'll just, sit at home.
They're just gonna build a wall, but instead of Trump, it'll just be old mate.
Everyone
Old
they
mate
joke
building a
about
wall
the
in Victoria.
they joke about the Mexican wall. There'll be the Victorian wall, and it'll be actually legit. So there we are.
Look. I mean, we're not far off it. Really.
Ugh. Send help.
Send help.
And for anyone actually interested, because we didn't explain this, so Miss Scuba International is a pageant that is used to raise awareness through the beauties that they have involved in the pageant for, the marine. For actually, Zofia, you could probably take lead on this one here, but like they.
Yeah. So it's showing basically the strong, beautiful women who are leading the causes for marine conservation, basically. It's to spread awareness for marine conservation, why it's important, why it really should be in the forefront of a lot of people's minds, especially people that live on the coast, because your house is going to be gone soon, sorry to say. But yeah, it's a thing that not a lot of people really take into account. And it's really, really important if we're going to be on this earth for a decent amount of time.
It's a massive eye-opener. Like they're not as active throughout the year on their Facebook page, but head over to like Miss Scuba International, give it a Google. You can see the previous stuff, but even on their the Facebook page, just go over and see what it's about, because like it's such an amazing cause, such an amazing, just everything about it actually is like a big impact and something that could do with a little bit more recognition out there.
For sure.
We've got Moni saying she remembers checking your Insta and seeing where you placed in Miss Hin and cheering so loud that her parents were just staring at her.
Oh, Money!
Go, you should have
Thank
seen
you,
that
baby.
stage.
Oh, bruh.
Catherine said that she loves the competition life.
Who did? What?
Catherine, I love the comp life.
Yeah. Catherine thrives under that pressure, and I'm just like, I'm the ugliest person here, help me. I'm like, please. It is very intimidating to be around such, like, attractive women. It really is. It puts you on edge.
Women.
Yes, but they're also extremely hot, so that has a lot to do with it. But yeah, no, thank you. Thank you, Money. Yeah, even placing was like, what in the hell is going on? I'm gonna have to move my cat because this is really uncomfortable. But
what was it like being on the stage?
I don't remember any of it. Fuck. Like, because we obviously went up on the stage for sections. So like the first section, we go up, they give a little introductory spiel, and you are wearing one outfit, and then you kind of talk a little bit, and then you go off stage, and then by the time you're off stage, you're like, what just happened? Like, I was about to get on stage, and now I'm off the stage, and like, you just blank out.
Now you're gonna get changed.
For that stage, and then you need to run over and get changed for the next thing, and then they're already like, come on, like, huddle back up to the stage. So, like, you don't really get to enjoy the event as such, like, as the event is. And that day just went so fast. That day flew past.
It sounds very fast-paced, like go, 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 go.
It basically was. It's like, you get there at this time, you get a brief, you get ready, any finishing touches, you go up on stage, you get introduced, you come off stage, you go back to the models, like, green room.
Well, I reckon you do alright, mate. I reckon you should try it out.
Mo would do great.
I did that
Yeah,
training
no.
on
I
the
barely
man.
speak English on a good day, and you want me to try and do that?
Don't worry, guys.
We
our next
believe in
event
you.
I can send
Yeah,
you
if
the
anyone wants to come
requirements,
see a
and I can
meat
help you
hall,
with your.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I can help you with the cocktail dress, your bikini. I can help
For
you
sure,
with your nails.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Look at
All
that, you've
these
already got your
services,
personal
right?
I'll be
stylist.
fine. Yeah, mint.
We'll get that marble effect going on your nails.
Oh, wait,
We'll put
that's
a
the winner.
signature.
That's why
Might
I
get-
placed.
No. We might get coriander. We'll get coriander
done.
nails.
Stop.
No, I'll just wear coriander.
It'd be like poison ivy, but poison
Just a couple of
coriander.
leaves across the
Done.
chest and then across
Done.
the bottom. That would be your bikini. A couple of bits of
Might
string
need about a
coriander.
ton
That's
of
it.
coriander to cover it
Yeah.
up, but we're good.
We'll call it Adam and Eve. inspired.
Oh!
I'll even like get an apple for you to take out there.
Awesome.
I see.
Into the Garden of Muhammad.
No, why?
God.
Why would you say my full name on a live stream? Slave name.
Slave? Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy.
Christian just said he'd fly to Sydney to see Mo in skimpy swimwear.
I would too. I would.
Brilliant.
I really
Yeah.
would.
I think we should start your OnlyFans, Mo.
Sure.
Bro, I'm all
Let's
for that.
go. Feed
I mean,
pics, come on,
considering
Mo.
you haven't got a four-door sedan, you've only got a coupe, you know? Like,
I
we-
actually own a four-door sedan. How sad, and I was completely blasé on that comment.
You know what?
Legend.
How many doors?
It's
It's just
been
a
a
different. How many
long
doors has it got,
lockdown.
Mo? Like,
Been
Huh?
a long lockdown.
I think I've got 4 doors and a boot and a bonnet,
yeah.
also known as a hood for the US watchers.
Or a
Oh,
trunk.
pop the hood, bro.
Pop the hood.
Pop the hood, bro.
You got a boot or a trunk?
I got a trunk. That's it. A trunk.
Yeah. So,
Where he
2020
keeps-
spaceships have trunks now.
It's where he keeps his junk, if you know what I mean, for his OnlyFans.
Oh.
There's coriander.
Junk in the trunk. Yeah, the coriander stays in the trunk.
Yeah, pretty
Just bags of coriander.
You're pronouncing it
See
wrong,
my
though. It's
canister for my bags.
Coriander.
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 Um,
Amazing.
People in
couple
stream will
of
be
couple
like,
of
I know
guess
they're talking
last
about
couple of
coriander.
questions we can go through before we
Yeah,
come
let's
to
do
the end of this one.
Do some Q&A. Let's go.
Have getting into the modeling scene. What's your advice? Like, where like you advice for amateurs, and then what's your advice for those who are already in there that have obviously had the break from COVID, and when it starts up again, what's your advice for those as soon as it comes back when it returns? Well,
Shoot with people. Network and shoot. In 2018, I guess the reason I probably didn't try so hard in 2019 is because I was so burnt out. Because every single weekend I had 2 or 3 shoots lined up for the whole year.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no time. James, like, I never spent any time with James. The weekend would come, I'd work 9 to 5 during the week. The weekend would come, I'd be like, cool, well, you know, I've got to shoot Saturday morning, and then I'm going to a car meet on Saturday night, and then I've got another shoot on Sunday at Golden Hour, and he'd be like, when are we going to do anything together? I'm like, don't have the time. I'm a model now.
you can
don't
come along
have the
if you
time."
want.
I'm an Insta model.
Insta model, bro. Well, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just treated Instagram as kind of like my portfolio, and I just shot.
Well, it was a business decision though. Like, realistically, you did like at one point in time, the monetary value was a part of your
It was,
income.
yeah.
You know.
Especially with Adam's Polishers was kind of like the first people to really like proper sponsor me, which I will be forever grateful for. They were so great, and they sent me products, and then they'd pay me for posts. But that was something that was just like completely. I was lucky, I guess. I can't say that I was really aiming for sponsorships because I kind of just didn't really think I'd get them. So, like, I'd just kind of shoot, and I'd be like, yeah, once I get, like, a whole bunch of shooting and I know a whole bunch of people, maybe then I'll kind of start looking at sponsorships. But for now, like, it was a grind. You just grind. You grind until you make it. There's not really any easy way to do it. You grind until you network with enough people that can get you places.
After
And then
World
they...
Time Attack, you jumped to 8,400 followers, I think it was. So you're at 6,200 before World Time Attack, and then
I can't believe you fucking remember too.
I still got all the documentation, girl.
Fucking hell.
And like, I still remember Hot Import Nights. Just before hitting Hot Import Nights, you had Reach that was up in the 140,000, and you're at 10,200 followers just before the weekend of Hot Import Nights. And I think that those statistics, by all means, Instagram had high organic growth algorithm at the time, but
that was a nice time, wasn't it?
that was a lovely time. We'll talk to our kids about the great old organic, algorithm.
Before Zuckerberg fucked it all up.
Yeah, but yeah, I think even now with the newest algorithm, where it all stands, if you want to grow portfolios and sponsorships, it's like, it's all in the facts of, and the proof of networking, like going to these events.
Network, communicate, talk to each other, yeah.
Like, we
Dude.
talked about
Literally.
World Time Attack like it was just a cool weekend, but like, we got there, we shot, we went to another place, we shot, we went to another place, we ate. No, we went to another place, we shot, and then we got food on the way to a meet literally was like, "Oh my god, yeah, nice to meet you, I'm Curtis."
Yeah.
Like literally shaking hands with everyone. We had food in our hands, and then it just kept going until probably 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So like when Zoe talked about the grind, like it's all there.
It's
like,
a full-time grind. Your weekends are gone. If you want to really make it and get into events, don't just throw your weekends away. That thing is a second job. I think a lot of people think it's really, really easy because
a
there's this
hobby.
kind of there's this stigma of like, oh, you're just on Instagram. You're not like a real model. It's like, if you are to the point where you're getting events and they're semi-consistent, you've put in so much fucking time and effort that no one has ever seen. No one sees that.
Yep.
Other than sometimes your family and your close friends and the photographers that you enjoy working with. And yeah, just shoot and meet people. Keep shooting, keep meeting people, keep shooting and keep meeting people. And that's basically it.
Work for your own agenda.
Yeah. You don't have to invest like a whole lot of time and money into like... I mean, I don't know, if you want to get like someone to come and do your marketing for you, Curtis has marketed for God knows how long. He is a king at marketing. And had I asked him... The what?
Shout out for Curtis's.
Shout out for fucking Curtis Vision.
This guy.
This...
Did I point the right way?
It's that
No,
guy for
you're
me.
completely off. Like you guys are wrong stream.
That way.
This is like the
This
Brady
guy.
Bunch, the
This
Brady
one
Bunch intro.
over here.
Love it. But yeah, like I don't know how fucking algorithms work. I used to know how Instagram worked, and it was really good. But like Curtis's marketing portfolio was ridiculous, and like I never had the time to learn how to do all that. So like, if you're really into it, you can get someone to come do some marketing for you, but you can't just start out and be like, all right, I need someone to market for me. Maybe do like 1 or 2 shoots a month, and I'll see how I go. No. You need to be in everyone's DMs on Instagram, every single photographer in your local area. Interstate, make those connections so when you go to things like World Time Attack, Hot Import Nights, you have people there that want to shoot with you. Bruh. It is a grind. It really is. And I think I did get a bit burnt out in 2019. And then, if you really want to do it, don't be discouraged, because there's a lot of people that try it out. There's 5 new girls. There's new faces every single time you go. You're like, haven't seen them before. And you might never see them again. But don't be discouraged, because it is a very saturated market, especially right now.
And reach
With
out.
things like...
Reach out to everyone who's in the market, everyone who, network. Biggest thing is networking, and just find your own agenda to go for. Don't work off anyone else's pace, and just seek it for your own happiness, really. Is the biggest thing, because I remember Adams went after you, not so much because you're following, but because of how you were presenting yourself. There were other people out there who were in the car industry that had 100k followers, and you at the time you had your 7 to 8k when Adams came along. And
yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, and they were one of the biggest impacts to your income through modeling, and that led to so many different avenues. But again, that all comes down to Zoe always sticking to her own lane. It's one thing that I'll say. From the moment I met you, I was like, all right, there's something different about this girl. What is it? And straight away I figured out that you work for you. You do everything for you. You rock up for you. You always show up. And when you do show up, you're at your A game. Doesn't matter about the mental breakdown 2 minutes before in the car. You're at your A game.
Hey, come on.
He's outing you.
Ow.
And I think it's realistic. Everyone has, Zofia's got 20,000 followers. She's Miss Scuba Australia, Hot Import Nights, and yet if you went to a downshift meet this next weekend, you still probably have those nerves. You still probably have the
Oh yeah.
what am I going to wear?
never get over it.
It gets easier, it never goes away type thing. So anyone out there
For sure.
starting, I think that's my advice, is that if you really want to do something, look at Zoe, go far back in the feed. It's
Go
there.
all the way
It
back
is-
to my start. It's tragic, honey. Don't you worry.
See where Zoe started though. If anyone can actually go back and see that and send Zoe a message of her original photo, that would just I dare you to do that right now. Everyone head over there and do that. Because you get to see the journey,
I do that
and
just
it's
for
a
a
great time.
What you said
Zofia's
before,
TikTok
though.
is actually pretty great.
Stop, Mo, don't. Fun fact, on my stream I have a little
Oh,
stream
no.
command that shouts out Mo's TikTok because he hates that he's famous on TikTok, and I don't care.
Ah.
But what you said before actually is very important as well about the fact that I've always shown up on time and I've always shown up on my A game. If I'm not on time, I let someone know. The communication is key. If you want to be taken seriously, you need to take it seriously. It's not just like a little thing that you do. It's just like, yeah, I just do it sometimes on the side. It's like, if you want to be taken like seriously as a professional, you need to be a professional. You need to keep the communication open with people. Don't just like flake off, because as soon as you start flaking off, you're gone.
Reputation.
Say goodbye to any kind of reputation that you had.
Nothing's
you need to take
worse.
it seriously.
Yeah, nothing's worse going to a shoot or prepping for a shoot, and then they're messaging you 5 minutes prior saying, "Oh, I can't make it." I'm here. I'm set up.
Or not
What's
even
going on?
messaging you. Not even messaging you.
Oh.
They just don't turn up.
The ghost.
Time.
It's bad. But yeah.
Do we have any questions? Zof, did you get anything through your IG beforehand?
I did not.
No, that's alright. Is there any
I was
questions that
actually-
kind of that come up though often that you'd love to kind of chuck out there before we wrap this up? Is there anything that's a common question asked, or
Most common one is just like, oh, how do I get started? How do I get myself out there? Which oh god, can you imagine how many times Catherine's been asked that as well?
Yeah.
And yeah, it really is just exactly what I said before. Just consistency, professionalism. You do
reach
you.
out to these people?
Enjoy it, networking.
Get Curtis to sort out your marketing.
Yeah, oi.
And
Yeah,
your
marketing done.
your costume, your nails and
Fashion
earrings.
advice and marketing. Curtis. Curtis is your boy. Reach
I
out.
guess you've
So-
covered.
His Instagram is just there.
I saw that eye
Right-
start up.
right
Mo.
Right there.
Did I do it right?
there.
No, I think you did.
Oh,
Oh,
did he
hopefully.
actually? Oh, I thought he was taking the piss.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got it. Nah, everyone's Instagram is in the bottom left-hand corner. So head over there, show your support, love, give us all a follow, and we're happy to do the same back. It's all about that networking, as we said. So everyone jump on, and we appreciate everyone supporting the Vivid Chats. For us, it's not really about how many people kind of show up at the time. It's if it can watch it and kind of give you a little bit of happiness at the time and give you an insight. That's what we're really after. So even after this, feel free to message any one of us, even Zofia, if you've got any questions about modeling or anything that wasn't answered tonight.
Hit me up,
She's
bro.
an absolute legend.
DMs
She'll
are
either,
open.
like, I can vouch that. So, and if you want
We
to,
got the lifeline scrolling down the bottom again.
Yeah,
So-
just also a quick one, just to let everyone know. Obviously, all our inboxes are always open. You've got the lifeline down here, scrolling. Times are tough in Victoria for anyone in this state.
getting
especially
better.
with the
It's getting
announcements. Yeah, it is. We are dropping in numbers, but with Old Mate announcing the extra extension, people lost a bit of how you going. But our inboxes are always open. Me, Josh, Curtis, Zof, Vivid, in general, we're all here to
Always.
help
Here for
out,
you.
just to make the situation lighter. If you want to have a bit of a laugh, come into Zofia's streams on Monday or Wednesday. We usually just talk about anything random.
We
Yeah,
talk a lot of
yesterday,
shit.
for a solid hour, I talked about American food that we could buy here in Melbourne. So that
Yes.
people were loving it. It was
That was fun.
random.
That was
Random.
fun.
and if you want to know the link to Zof's stream, I've just thrown it into the comments, but you head over to Zofia's Instagram, and she's also got a link there. So
Link in bio.
thanks to Em and Aaron
Check out her
for,
TikTok as well.
Em and Aaron for the shout out in the comments as well.
Did you say Emily?
Yeah, Emily just she just said Curtis is a god with outfits. Knew my own wardrobe better than me.
Yep. Legit.
I gotta change
Also,
my
I miss you.
bio, guys. Like stuff videographer, photographer, and marketer. I'm
Yeah.
stylist apparently.
Silent.
You know when you want an all-in-one.
That's your man.
Mo's got the pointing down pack now. He's got the pointing down pack.
He's got it.
all
He's
over
so
it.
happy with that. He's just.
Exactly.
All
what
over it.
It's like, gee, Curtis, how do you feel today?
I'm great, bro. How are you?
Oh, I'm brilliant. Thank you very much. What's for dinner tonight?
Mo's just on the other side of this wall, by the way, guys. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, he's right there, yeah.
Just there.
For sure.
We could almost shake hands.
Alright, you guys are making it awkward. I think it's time to sign off.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Before this gets any worse and cringy, we'll leave you guys at it, and we will see you in the next stream. So, if you got any recommendations of who you would like to see next, feel free to just message us or check down in the comments. But we're keen to see you next week. Again, it will probably be around 8 p.m. when everyone's home and curfew's kicked in for Melbourne's, but not Queenslanders. They're already out getting their McFlurries, so we understand. All right, team.
Macca sponsor me.
Sponsor.
See you guys.
See you guys. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Bye.